Hi guys, it's Cassandra Raven here. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. This post is about spiritual attachments, and basically I posted on Facebook last week about spiritual attachments and how the attachments that we can get can sometimes interact with other spiritual energies. So we're going kind of beyond, a little bit deeper than the usual discussions that we have when I do the lives at the ghost hunting events. I don't often go into details about the energies that are there or how they exist or anything like that, so I thought I'd make some more informative posts for you guys because people seem to have quite a few questions about the spirit worlds and how they work. So I figured it would be a good thing to interact with you guys, get you guys asking questions and see what you guys want to know, and if I can help you, if I can be of service, I will. So I'll read the post that I put on Facebook. I put, very few people realise that negative spiritual attachments are quite common. They are common, and most people don't even realise that they have an attachment. They'll just be going about their life. They might be experiencing maybe some paranormal activity at home. It might not be very much. They might be having nightmares. They might be feeling emotions that they don't usually feel, or they might be feeling an extension of the emotions that they are currently feeling. Let's address what a spiritual attachment is. Spiritual attachments are energies, usually spirits of people that have passed, that need to gain energy from another person in order to carry on with their existence. Now, they're not always energies that were once people. So there are lots of different types of energies on the spirit planes, and I will cover that in a different post because that's a big old topic. So I will cover that in another video. But some of those energies can attach to us, and they can do that because they want to feed from our energies. So negative attachments are directly related to negative emotions. So if you are going through a difficult time in your life, if you're maybe suffering from depression or anxiety, or you're just going through a really hard time, it's possible that a negative energy that would feed from that energy, that would feed off of those emotions in order for it to continue to exist, might attach to you. It's not a guaranteed thing. It's not something that will happen constantly to everybody. It's not happening all the time, but it can happen. So I just want to make people aware of the types of spiritual energies that are out there. So just to address what happens when a spiritual energy attaches to you, what they do is they kind of stick to your aura. Your aura is your energy field around you. Everybody's got an aura. Everybody has an energy field. And a spiritual energy can attach to that to feed from your emotions or feed from the energy that you're giving off. And they can do that because they want to continue to exist, or that energy for them is food, really. So they want to continue to exist, and they're going to feed off of that energy to continue to exist. So really we become a host to their taking of that energy. These types of energies can be anywhere. They're not always negative either. Sometimes they're just general spirits that need a bit of energy to continue to exist. So they will take that energy from us. Sometimes, you can have an attachment that's not nasty at all. It can be just a nice energy. It can be, I've seen people have attachments of children that have followed them around, or an attachment that's just a spirit that used to live in a location, and they like that person, so they're going to feed off of their energy for a while. Now, an attachment is an actual feeding of energy. It's not a haunting. It's not where a spirit is in your home, or a spirit is in your house or in your bedroom or whatever. It's when they're actually feeding from your own energy yourself. Anybody can get an attachment. Not everybody knows that they have an attachment when they have one, but some of the signs include having nightmares, having paranormal activity around the home, picking up on emotions that aren't necessarily yours, or an extension of emotions that aren't ones that you particularly want to feel. So I put on my post, anyone suffering with addiction, depression, or in an abusive relationship, for example, often have negative attachments. These are spiritual energies that feed off of negative emotions. Even fewer people realise that these negative attachments will fight with existing spirits at the locations they lived a happy life at, their home. So, if somebody has a negative attachment, they're going to take that energy wherever they go. It's stuck to you. It's stuck in your aura. So therefore, you're going to take that energy wherever you go. It's there, it's with you. You can't help but take it with you. Now that energy that is stuck to you, it's feeding off the energy from your aura. It will be in that same place on your aura, no matter where you look, no matter where you turn, it will be there. That energy can interact with other spirits. It can communicate with other spirits. It can talk to other spirits, and very often it will fight with other spirits. If another spirit tries to step in to try to remove it or help you with that, there can be a fight, there can be an argument, it can get physical, spiritually physical, if that makes sense. And energies can get damaged, energies can get harmed from that. So imagine that you lived in your house all your life and your family continued to live in that house, and you wanted to revisit that home in spirit just to make sure everybody's okay. You might want to look around the house and see how things have changed over the years, or you might just want to keep an eye on your family, or whatever it is, whatever the reason is that you've gone back. And they come in with a negative attachment in your home. That negative attachment can attack you. It can stop you from entering your own home. And I think this is something that people don't really consider. They don't really think, most people don't realise they have a negative attachment when they have one, but people don't really consider the spiritual side of things. How do the spirits feel? How do the spirits relate? How do they work with each other? And a lot of people don't consider this. So that's really the point that I wanted to make. Even fewer people still realise that there are many energies that exist to protect the land. This is a post that I'm going to make. I'm going to do another video on this. There are lots of other types of energies that exist other than the spirits of people that have passed away. And I say this all the time. I say it all the time. And some people go, yeah, maybe. And, you know, it sounds a bit extreme, or, you know, people maybe are afraid to acknowledge that. But there are lots of other different types of energies that aren't people who have passed away. And some of those energies are far, far older than us. They've been here a lot longer than we have. They are ancient energies, and they come from the land. They come from Earth. They come from the planet that we live on. And those energies are called elemental energies. And they are directly linked to air, earth, fire and water. They are directly linked to those particular energies. That's why they're called elementals. Elementals are not evil. They're not nasty spirits. They're very strong and extremely powerful. And if we are to upset them, or if we do something that, you know, harms them in some way or harms the environment in some way, yes, they can get very annoyed. But generally they're very gentle energies that want to exist side by side with us. I've put these lovely gentle energies want to exist peacefully, but are sometimes forced into vicious warfare because of the negative energies us humans bring to their land. Remember, negative attachments are common, but nobody seems to see these awful fights. So the fights between the negative attachments that us as people have and the energies that exist to protect the land, that happens too. There's a lot of stuff going on the spirit planes that people generally aren't aware of. As a dedicated elemental guardian, my job is to protect and heal spiritual energies. A very difficult, heartbreaking and infuriating task at times. When an energy approaches me in pain or injured or hurt in some way, it hurts my feelings. I get very, very upset. I get very upset, and I feel very protective over all spirit energies, not just elemental energies, but all spirit energies. So the things that I see that I don't talk about sometimes do involve spirits fighting with other spirits and energies hurting other energies, and that is a really hard thing to see. It's a hard thing to witness, and I can't always help, but I help where I can, and wherever I live I try to look after the energies of that location and of the land, and it can be a very challenging task indeed. So that's just why I put that post on there. So some of the comments, let's go through some of the comments that you guys put. Samantha says, can you explain more about elementals? I think I've just explained it really briefly. I will do another video all about elementals because I love them so much, and they are a fantastic energy. We can call on them for help. That's my dog's barking, just ignore We can call on them for help if we build a relationship with them first. So we need to build the relationship with those energies first, and then we are able to ask for help from them. And they do help. They are amazing energies. Let's have a look at some of the other comments. Phil says, I can totally agree with this post, as I, for one, had an attachment many moons ago that brought nothing but bad energies into the house, upsetting all the positive family day-to-day life. That's true. A negative attachment can have all kinds of consequences. So they can change your feelings, they can change your thoughts, they can cause you to have more extreme emotions and extreme thoughts. So it's worth bearing in mind that they can actually affect your life. Melanie says, any tips for us to for our own spiritual healing? I like that. Really working on yourself is really important. And also Holly says, would be interested to know about simple rituals to work that would help me heal my own spiritual energies of the spirits that I meet, or people which need healing. So Holly says that she tries to heal in all her work, psychic and mediumship work, and with Reiki, but repeatedly drawn to look further into ritual, pagan and Wiccan practices. Absolutely, I will do a video on those as well, and look at going into more detail about that, because I think that's a really cool thing to do. Some of the protection things that I do involve using sigils. I use the elemental energies for protection. I use the archangels and their energy for protection. I set up an altar frequently for protection as well. So yes, all those things are possible. Just having a quick look through, so I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to go as quickly as I can through these. Claire says she's pretty sure she has a negative attachment. So what can you do? So firstly, how can you discern whether you have a negative attachment? Somebody else posted on there that they had seen somebody who told them they had a negative attachment as well. Now, it's important to be able to discern for yourself. I think this is just the most important thing, is to be spiritually aware of your own energy and what's going on around you. Try not to rely on other people to give you information, particularly about yourself or about your own house or your own environment. Try to educate yourself and start to understand energies yourself. That's the best way to do it. And I love to teach people to do that themselves, rather than just go and tell somebody, you know, what energy is around them, or you know, or what's in their home or whatever. I find it better to teach somebody how to feel that, to how to witness those things, and to really kind of discern for yourself what kind of energy is around you. It's really important to be able to do that. So if you are having nightmares, if you feel like there's a presence with you, it's really important to trust your instincts and to trust your intuition. If you are having paranormal activity around the home, this can be an indicator that something has travelled with you and then is in your home. Not quite the same as an attachment where they attach to your aura, but they can then detach into your home and then reattach to your aura. So it's kind of a blurred line between those two, but it can happen. If you are picking up on emotions that aren't yours, if you've got a voice in your head that you know is not yours, telling you to do bad things or negative things, or telling you just false information, you know that's not true. Part of you deep inside knows, you know, those false information or the nasty things that they're saying isn't true. That can be a sign of a spiritual attachment. However, we all have light and dark within ourselves, and we all have a battle going on within ourselves to stay positive and to stay in the light and to stay connected to the pure energy that's all around us. And sometimes we get pulled into that darkness, and it can be just yourself. So to discern whether there's an external force that is attached to you, energy draining is another one that they can do. You can suddenly feel very weak, suddenly feel very lethargic. Again, be careful, you might have a medical issue going on. So be very careful in your discernment, be sensible. Always kind of pick the middle ground. If you really feel that there's something negative going on, then there are several things that you can do. So here are some things that you can do if you feel like you've got a negative attachment. You can do aura cleansing, and there are several exercises for aura cleansing. There are probably some videos on YouTube. I've never looked, to be honest. The exercises that I use tend to involve either a white spinning vortex that I bring down through my aura, through the centre of my being, and it cleanses my entire aura. It's a very strong visualization to do. Sometimes I visualize kind of a car wash that kind of cleanses the aura all over, and chakra balancing is another really good one to cleanse the energies and to rebalance yourself. So those are really good visualizations to do to get rid of any negative energy that may be attached to you, including a conscious energy that may be feeding from your negative emotions. The best thing, of course, is prevention. Prevention is always better than cure. And to prevent picking up a negative energy, the best thing to do is to not put yourself into negative situations. So if you're in a negative relationship, get out. If you're in a negative situation, an argument with somebody, or somebody's, somebody in your life that's affecting you in a negative way, get rid of them as best you can. Put yourself in positive situations as often as you can. Stay positive in your heart, in your emotions, in your thoughts. Create positive images in your mind, and those are the best ways to prevent negative energy. If you are suffering from depression or anxiety or something that's really almost consuming you, it's really important to get help with that. Medical help, but also any help that you feel is right for you, because some people will respond better to spiritual help, some people respond better to different types of therapy, for example. So figure out what's best for you, and try to deal with it in the best way that you can. Just attack from as many sides as you can. Get rid of it. Just try to deal with it as best you can. And each person has a different way to deal with it. So I can't tell people, for example, somebody who's been diagnosed with severe depression, I can't tell them how to fix that. It's going to be your own path. It's going to be your own way of doing it. But in terms of negative spiritual energies, to keep your own energy clear and clean is the best way to prevent that. So regular aura cleansing, chakra balancing is really good. People ask about crystals frequently. Some people work well with crystals, other people don't. Again, it's going to be whatever suits you best. And sage is a really good thing to use. So white sage is probably known the world over for its cleansing qualities. It is the best spiritual cleansing herb available. So if you burn some white sage in your home, it will cleanse the air. It will also cleanse your aura of any negative energies. I sell a white sage cleansing kit on the website ravenmysticshop.com. that has all the instructions in it for you to cleanse your environment, cleanse your home or your workspace, but also your aura as well. But you don't have to buy from us. We like it when you do, but you don't have to buy from us. You can get white sage almost anywhere online, in spiritual shops and whatever. So white sage is probably the best course of action to take. I will do some more videos on spiritual protection and being able to protect yourself, but also to be able to kind of fend off negative energies. If you've already got a negative attachment, you need to know how to get rid of that. So I will go into more detail, and I'll do some meditation videos for those as well. Visualizations are very strong, and they often work for people. So I'm going to do some visualization videos for you guys, so that I can just talk through it and you'll be able to visualize it as I'm speaking. So I hope that will help you guys. I hope I can be of service and of help to you folks with these little videos that I'm doing. If you haven't already, please follow me on Facebook, Raven Mystic, on Twitter, Raven Mystic UK, and on Instagram at Raven Mystic as well. There's lots of new products coming into the Raven Mystic store soon. I'm just working on those at the moment, pretty excited about those. So keep an eye out for those over the next few months. If you have any questions about the spirit world and about working with spirits, or about your own spiritual protection, or anything like that, please message me. Message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram, wherever you can get hold of me, or on YouTube, or comment on YouTube, and let me know what you'd like to see videos of, because I'm here to help. I want to establish a community of people who can all help each other with their spiritual journey, but also with the teachings as well. I'd like to bring those more into the light, more into the open, and help more people. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope that's answered some of your questions. Let's keep the ball rolling. If you have any more questions, or there's anything else that you want to know about, let me know, and I'll make some more videos for you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.